Hi, so my name's No Moon, and I think for my next video, or for this video, I'm gonna be doing sort of like reading 7 books in a week that got turned into a movie and watching the movie. So that was kind of a lot, but I think my first book of that week, it'll be The Martian. So far I'm currently on page 146 and I love the book so much. I think you don't really have to be like super smart to understand it because he wrote it so easily, and the main character, he's just like so smart, so positive given the situation he's in, because if it was me I would have been like, no, give me the morphine, I'm done. But so far I think we're getting to the page where the rest of his crewmates are learning that he's still alive, so don't know where it goes from here, but I'm excited to start it. Today is Saturday the 4th, so hopefully I will be able to read all of the 7 books by next Saturday. I'll check in a bit. Read up until page 192, and so far it's very tense right now, but I do think I have to end it here because I'm gonna go to dinner. But hopefully I'll come back with enough time to finish the rest of the book and watch the watch the movie. Hi, so it's the next day today, and I kind of dropped the ball yesterday. I was not able to finish The Martian. I did get 2 more chapters in, so currently I'm on page 229, so I have about like 100 pages to go. So I definitely know I can read and watch the movie today, and hopefully I can do that with the second one as well. So let's get to reading. I just read chapter 19, and they were talking about what would happen if things didn't go according to plan, and I'm like shocked because if things went wrong, the plan would be to have like one person survive, and then because there wouldn't be enough supplies, you would have to start eating the other astronauts. That's pretty wild, but I guess, like, what would you do for survival? But the book makes you think about so many things. I would have never even thought about that, like, for survival. Like, it's just crazy. It's crazy. This book has been in us, but I love it. I just finished The Martian, and this book is so good. The last couple of chapters, I was just trying to read as fast as I possibly can because I wanted to know what was going on, and it had like a beautiful message at the end, and everything about it is just so good. I'm so glad I read it. I'm so excited to watch the movie now because I feel like although I understood some things, I still like have no idea what some of them look like. For example, like the MAV or like the MAV and the HAB and the rover. So I just want to I think it'll be really nice to visualize all of it, because obviously I'm like, before this book I have never really been interested in like the NASA, so this would be really good. I'm gonna make some popcorn and start watching the movie, and I am so excited. Alright, I got the movie starting, I have my popcorn, and I have my bubba. This is gonna be a good day. I just finished the movie, and that was really good. It was a little bit different than the book, but I feel like I generally, most of the time, always prefer the book, just because you always get a little bit more detail, and like I feel like sometimes when you're imagining things in your head, it's a little bit better. But with this movie, I thought it was so nice because obviously there are some stuff that you just can't visualize until you see it if you don't know what it is. So that was really nice. And Matt Damon is a great actor. And and like the last part, I think it's just shows, I know it's like in space, but I feel like when you see it, it's just so different because of just like how crazy just the mission or thing is. So I will be getting started with the next book. I'm actually not sure which book I'm gonna pick for that one yet. I'm gonna go look at my own little library that I have in my living room just to see what books I have and go from there. Okay, I am back. I actually have a ton of books. I think I'm not actually sure if all of them got turned into movies. Some of them might be TV shows. So, but I like that I have a lot of options. These are all books that I've been wanting to read for a bit, and I think I really like that when I get to like, this is a good reason for me to bring them all out. I picked books that I haven't read and I haven't watched the movies, so like just kind of going into this completely blind-ish. I always, because I don't want to like, I feel like when I watch a movie and then read the book, it's just not the same experience for me. So this is a lot. I do want to switch up the genre a little bit from The Martian. I want to, with the next book, hopefully just be a little bit more relaxed because that was a very tense book. So I think I'm gonna go with Red, White, and Royal Blue. And I'll keep you updated. Okay, I am officially on page 108, and they just had their first kiss, so it's been very exciting. So far, so good. So far, good. I like it. I like the characters. Especially Alex. He was in a denial for a little bit about his feelings, but it's really cute, and I'm excited to see where this goes. I have a feeling his mom's like presidential election thing is going to be coming up in the later parts of the book. So, and then Alex somehow may be helping out is what I'm predicting. But I'm excited by the love story so far. Hi, so today is Monday. It's day 3 for me so far, and I'm still a little behind. I did not get to finish the Red, White, and Royal Blue yesterday, but I think I can definitely be on track today. I'm currently on page 202, and so far I still like the book. I really like how, compared to other romance books, you know how like in romance book they have like the conflict part in the middle of the book where it's like the two main couples, like you see they still like they like each other but they're not together because of like some dumb reason or some frustrations or misunderstandings. I feel like I like that this book doesn't go kind of that route. I feel like so far, you know, they're still getting to know each other. They're like finally taking the relationship a little bit further, and I think they're like talking more about like deep stuff, which probably is going to help, you know, straighten their relationship later on. But I feel like the conflict, or at least for me, where they're like holding it back a little bit, the reason is good. It's like, you know, he's like the first son and like he's Prince of England, and it's not as easy to be just like oh hey, like we're in love, because that's just not how things are done, and they're like afraid if they come out and come together it's gonna affect his mom's presidential or like his future career in the political scene. And for Henry, his like even grandma told him to kind of like keep things on the down low. So you know, like the reason why they're like, it's good. It's like an actual like good reason, or like it's, you know, it's not a good reason, but it's their way they're feeling, the why they're holding back. It makes way more sense to compare to like, let's say, other romance book where they're like, oh, like I saw you with coffee with this person, so I knew you were in love with me, or like just like something dumb like that. It's not like, it's nothing so simple that it's frustrating as a reader. It completely makes sense in this book on why they're like holding back. But you know, I think they're like both, I don't know, hopefully they'll realize, I'm just like, I'm excited to see where they take this. I hope they realize, like, you know, it'll be okay if you're like, you can't just hold yourself back for the sake of other people. But so far so good. Oh, and also like, I think this book, when I read it, I really think like, wow, I think this would make like a great TV show or a movie, because of just like the way they talk to each other. It reminds me of like way like scripts are written, or like it's very bantery, and I enjoy it. So yeah, I'll check back in a little bit once I'm a little bit more further in the book. I just finished chapter 12. I'm on page 326 right now, and I am so sad for them. It breaks my heart, and that's a complete invasion of privacy right there. Anyway, that's all. I finally finished the book, Red, White, and Royal Blue. I think I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5. I think that's pretty good for me as far as romance book ratings. It's just not my favorite genre, but I did really enjoy this. I do think there are some parts that could have been cut out of it, but it was still a very fun ride, and I just found the movie on Amazon, so I don't have to pay for anything. Super excited to watch the movie now. Alright, I'll check in bed. Okay, can you move, Einstein? So far, the movie is actually really good. The casting, they did a great job with the casting so far, but this is one of like the first scenes, and it's so funny.
Also, I swear that he's not 6'2".
I just finished the Red, White, and Royal Blue movie, and for me, it wasn't bad. It was like, I would describe it the best as like some watching like a Hallmark movie. It wasn't like the best movie I watched, but overall I thought it was like enjoyable. However, I will say that if you're a huge fan of the book and then you are like stickler for the details, they got rid of like a lot of the stuff. I feel like tons of stuff. They even added like a new character, Miguel. They didn't even have like put June in it, which I feel like is a huge character in the book. So if that is something that would upset you, I would just kind of skip the movie. But overall, like for me, it was enjoyable. It was fun, and I thought they did like a really good job of casting Henry and Alex, because they look like Henry and Alex in my head. Alex is a little bit taller than what I imagined, but otherwise very good. But yeah, I am gonna start my next book. I think I'm gonna go with Ready Player One. I honestly, other than that, a lot of people enjoy this book, and this is a popular book. I don't know much anything about it. I did read like the description just now, and it seems like there's like a virtual world you play games in, and the main character is trying to win a lottery to like be in the virtual world or something. So honestly, I don't know anything about this. But yeah, I'm excited to start reading this because this has been on like my TBR forever. So I'll catch you in, or I'll check back in when there anything like crazy happens, or I'll check back in a little bit. Hi, it's the next day. Today, I believe today is day 4. It's Tuesday. I'm still behind. I'm still like a book and a movie behind. So it sucks. I think I did not realize how much like one day of not doing it properly would set me back. But I will say, I know I've been saying this every day, but I think today is like finally the day I can do it. I'm 100 pages already deep into Ready Player One, and it's so good that I think I can finish it fast enough for me to start the second book and hopefully finish it today. Yeah, and I definitely, when I was like, I have no idea what this book about, and I gave a little bit of description about it, I was so wrong. I guess the best way for me to explain this book, it's like Willy Wonka, the premise of Willy Wonka, but for gamers. And it's so far, it's like really interesting for me to read through. The stakes are kind of high-ish, and the main character, you really can't help but to root for him. So everything's like a good, just like for me right now, 100 pages deep in, it's like everything, all of like the good components of what makes a book really good for me are there. So I'm excited to read it. So this book, it's about little brain fart there, but it's like, let's say this really like, so the year, it's 2045, and basically around this time on the actual Earth, people are very, very poor because you pretty much like used up most of the resources at this point, and the living conditions of people are not that great. And there is this billionaire who created this like virtual reality world called the Oasis, and basically everyone uses the Oasis now because it's so much better than like actual reality, and like people go to school in this like virtual reality world, to go to work. Basically everyone uses it. Like people live different, like very different lives. So everything is done in this virtual world, basically. And the creator of this world dies, and he is leaving like $240 billion worth of its assets left, and he doesn't have any like family or friends he can pass his assets to, so he decides to do sort of like a treasure hunt where he leaves clues, and you have to find 3 keys, and then like whoever ends up like finding all the clues and finds the treasure like gets to keep his like $240 billion worth of assets. And the first chapter, I don't think this is a spoiler because it's already in the first chapter, our main character Wade finds the first key, and this is a huge deal because I think the clues, he even says, the billionaire kind of says it in like his, like, you know, when he's talking about the clue, he's like, I might have made this unintentionally like very, very hard, that like it's basically people aren't sure if anyone is gonna be finding the treasure. And our main character, after 5 years of people trying to find this, because obviously it's a lot of money and everyone is trying to get this, our main character finds the first key to the clues. So, and in the first chapter, he's like, when like he's like the first person to find it, and he's like, everyone has gotten what happened afterwards very, very wrong, and he's like, let me tell you my story. So yeah, there we are. And this is like such a fun book to read, and I really, really think today is the day that I can finish 2 books. I don't know about finishing 2 movies, but I think I can do it. But yeah, I will check back in a little bit later. Okay, so now I'm on page 200. I think that's chapter 20. It's still really good so far. I do think that it leans into like the stereotypical like gamers that you would think, but it's not really a terrible thing though, because I feel like, you know, in order to play or win this game, you do have to be like really into it in order to kind of understand all the references and all the clues. So it makes sense. And also I didn't really expect the small romance part of the book. I don't know where they're gonna take that, but it is a little frustrating for me because I'm like, no time for romance, wait. This is time to get your together. But it's good. It's going really good. I like it. It's a pretty fast read because it keeps it like interesting the whole time. So it's only 11 a.m. right now, and I'm feeling really good because I think I can get this done. I think I can read another book. We'll be able to finish it today. So I'm so excited and so happy about that. Hi. So I just finished Ready Player One. I think I'm gonna give it 3.75 out of 5. It's a really fun and just like very action filled book, so it's super easy to get through. I will say like some of the things in the book did slightly bother me, like how the bad guys are like so comically evil and they had all the resources in the world, and I just can't believe that like they have to resort to like cheating and all of that stuff. But overall, still a very good book. I do know that there's like another book in the series. I think there's another book, but I know most people don't like it, so I'm probably not gonna read that one. But I'm gonna start watching the movie now. I think I unfortunately might have to pay to see the movie, so it better be pretty freaking good. But yeah, so far it's 129. I think I can get everything. I think I might be able to finish another book today, so thank God. Hi, I just finished watching Ready Player One. I have to say that it was a little disappointing. They changed a lot in the movie, and I don't know why they decided to go the way they did. They even changed like what the challenges were, and I thought they were a huge part of what made the book more interesting, because it really like ties all the clues and whatnot and why like the challenges made sense. They changed those around, and like there was plot lines were changed. I feel like they had the budget to make it pretty good, or at least decent, but they just decided to change a lot of things. So I didn't really enjoy it. I think if I didn't read the book, then maybe I would have liked it. But other than that, I wouldn't really recommend the movie. So I am going to be starting Alice Hoffman's Practical Magic. I feel like I might have seen like little clips of the movie I wonder if it's the one with Sandra Bullock, because that would be, I always wanted to watch it but I never had the chance to, so I hope it's the same one that I'm thinking. And like when I read the description, it seems to be the same. So I'm very excited. It seems to be about witches, and I know Halloween just passed, but I'm still in my like spooky-ish era. So I'm very excited to read this. I think it would go, I think this would be like a fast read as well, and I really need that today because I'm still a little behind. So I'm hoping I can get this book done by today. I just got to the 100th page of Practical Magic. I will say this book, what I said about earlier about witches and stuff, I feel like it's not witches in the typical sense that you think of them. I really thought this was gonna be like not like the broomstick and the hat and type of witch kind, but I thought there would be like way more magic involved. And so far, I definitely think maybe like the older aunts displayed their magical side, but the sisters themselves, they're like, they're trying to, I feel like they kind of deny that part about themselves, and so far it just seems like they have very like strong intuitions about stuff. It's not like very proven if there's anything, at least to them, with like so much evidence that they can be like, maybe this is like what's going on and this is like all real. But they are setting up where we might see them explore that side of themselves a little bit more, so I'm really excited to see that. And I feel like the book does like a really good job of like portraying relationships between sisters, and in general, like I really like how it's like the women in the family, they're all close and they all like kind of take care of each other. So far so good. I was so determined to get through this book today that I was reading at the gym on the treadmill and the Stairmaster, and I definitely think I can finish it today. I'm probably gonna finish this book before I read, and then talk about it. I'm probably not gonna do any updates tonight just because it is really late and it's a little too late for me to just like keep filming myself. But yeah, I'll check back in later, and I promise I'm gonna get through this, because I honestly don't think like if I don't finish this book today that I'm not gonna be able to finish the whole like 7 books by 7 days thing. So this will be done. Alright, bye. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Hi, it's the next morning. I believe today is Wednesday. I think this might be day 5. Anyways, I finished this book last night. I love this book. The way that it's written, it flows together so well. I love all of the characters. Honestly, I'm so sad. Like, I feel like I should have read this last month. I think I would have been like, just the vibes would have been all good then, but it was still good. It's still good now. It's never a bad time to open this book, I think. Yeah, now I just have to watch the movie, and I'm so happy because I feel like now I'm finally caught up and I don't have to be like stressing over finishing things on time anymore. So yeah, it's a good day today. Okay, I just finished watching Practical Magic and it was so good. Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman are just so magnetic, and I really like the chemistry between Sandra Bullock and the guy who played Gary. They did change things from the book, but I really like the changes they made. I thought it made sense. And honestly, I think I'm just like a huge fan of practical magic now. It was a good movie and it was a good book. I think out of all of the books and movies so far, this might be like my favorite book and movie combination. So yeah, I am gonna start reading Water for Elephants next, and I'm gonna hope that it's just as good as Practical Magic, because I'm just like, I don't know. I'm gonna start Water for Elephants next, and I hope it's just as good as Practical Magic. So I'll check in once I hit like 100 page or something. Hi, so I'm at page 105 of Water for Elephants, and I like it so far. So this book is about Jacob. When the book starts, he's 90 or 93, and he's kind of reflecting back to his younger self when he was 23. Something tragic happens to him, and he's a vet student, like last week of school, and he just needs to take one test to be a vet, but because of like, he's just overwhelmed with a lot of the things that are going on in his life, so he decides to kind of run away and join the circus. And then it's just talking about the start of when he joined the circus right now. He's like, so far, I think this book does like a really good job of painting the picture of what it's like to be in the circus. Nothing crazy has happened so far, but so far I do like the character Jacob. I feel like you just can understand what he's going through. Obviously, any sane person would have probably finished the vet school, but he's going through a lot, so you know, you kind of understand what he's feeling and going through. So I'm like kind of excited more to read about it. I think there might be a romance later in this. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I'll check back in a little bit. Okay, now I'm on page 217. So far, the only favorite character from this book is the elephant called Rosie. Other than that, everyone's like just like alright or just terrible. So I'm not a huge fan of this book just yet. So hopefully in the last 100-something pages, something amazing will happen. Otherwise, it's not doing it for me. But I'll check back in when I finish the book. Okay, so I'm finally done with Water for Elephants. It definitely does pick up towards the end of the book. I did like the ending. I thought like everything got like closed up very well. I still think out of every book I read so far, this is probably my least favorite. There is like a lot of animal abuse in it, but it's just kind of makes it hard for me to read. But yeah, and then like some sad things throughout the book happened. There's a lot happening, but the ending, I feel like they do tie up everything very well. So I think overall I'm gonna give this 3 stars out of 5. Today is finally the day that I can watch the movie and I'm officially not falling behind on this whole challenge. So I'm gonna start the movie now. It's 9 p.m. so I will check in after I'm done with that. Hi, it's the next day today. Today is Thursday the 9th. I think this is the 6th day. if I'm correct. And I finished the movie for Water for Elephants yesterday. And far as I feel like the book to movie adaptation, they did a really good job. Like obviously I think when you do book to movie, it's kind of hard to get to all the details in, so I feel like I'm beginning to understand that like no movie is gonna be exactly like the book, but they kept all the important stuff in, and I think far as like just getting the book right, they did a really good job. But I like the same as before, just because I didn't love the book, it was hard for me to like love the movie as well, because it's not like a movie thing. It's just like I'm just not, getting invested to the story thing, and the animal abuse and all of that like just really makes it kind of hard for me to enjoy. So it's the same issue as before, but I think far as like getting the tone, the important details, they did a really good job. And today is finally the day where I don't have to worry about just catching up, because I only have one book and one movie to do today, so I'm quite excited about that. It's been quite stressful the last couple of days, just because I just one day I was a little behind, and that like really screwed up the rest of my week, I feel like. And just playing catch up has not been easy, but I feel great about it today. I'm excited to do today. I'm gonna be reading Man Called Ove today. I read his other book, Anxious People, in the beginning of the month, and I really liked it. I like his writing style, so I think I'm gonna really like this book, hopefully. And I saw that there's like a movie on Netflix. I think it's called, they did give it a little bit of a different name. I think it's called A Man Called Otto, and it has, I think, Tom Hanks in it, so I'm quite excited about this one. I have a feeling it'll be really easy for me to get through, just because Anxious People was like a fast read as well, and that's something I want today, just because I've been really struggling the last couple of days, so I'm gonna get to it. Okay, so far I'm on page 108, and I already like the book so far. Our main character, Ove, he's a grumpy old man, he's judgmental, he is petty, but the most important thing is that he is likable, or he is interesting to read. And you get a little bit of like background history and just the things he went through, and although he is very grumpy and unhappy, you can't help but to feel for him, and you are rooting for him. And right now he's pretty upset with the world, and he doesn't want to be in it. But I think right now, with his new neighbors and just his old neighbors as well, I think he's gonna hopefully have like a reason to keep wanting to go forward. So I'm really excited to read that, and I love it so far. So, yay! Okay, I'm on page 200. Ove is just a good person. Like, he does what needs to be done. He is like tough on the outside, but he's such a softie on the inside. Like, you can't help but to like him as a character. He's a good person, and like, he does the right thing. I know I'm just kind of repeating myself, but so far so good. I still love this book. Honestly, the more I read it, the more I like it. I think it only has like 300 something pages, so I'll probably check in the next time I check in, I'll be done with the book. But I think this might be my favorite book out of everything I have read so far, and it's just so easy to read. like an interesting character. I love the dynamics between him and his neighbors. Just, it's great. It's a great book. I just read chapter 23 and I knew something happened in the past, but I didn't think I could have prepared for what happened. That was so sad. Yeah, like it's really sad. And yeah, that really got me. I'll continue on reading until the end of the book, but I'm an Ove defender till the end. That man is perfect. I just finished the book. It was really good, but it did make me sad towards the end, but it was worth it. It was heartbreaking, but it's definitely worth a read. I'm gonna give this 5 stars. I normally never give 5 stars, but this book is just such a feel-good book despite all of like the sad moments it has. Yeah, I will be picking up more books by this author because so far the 2 books I have read are just so good and I really like his writing style. So if you take anything for this video, I would pick this book up. It's popular for a reason. Many people like it for a reason. It was definitely worth all the hype, and this is one of my new favorite books. I'm excited to watch the movie, but I think this is going to be only one of the times that I will be upset if they don't do the book right, because that's how much I love this book. I'll check back in once I finish the movie. I got done watching the movie, A Man Called Ove. I feel like for me, it's just really hard to, I mean, obviously, because I like the book so much, it's just hard for me to like the movie as much, but I thought it was like decent. I will say, I feel like the book had like a lot of unintentional humor. Like there were like lots of moments, although it is like a very somewhat heavy topic book, I was like laughing because there was just like funny things. I thought he was like saying funny things, you know? But in the movie translation, I feel like it didn't really, the humor part of it didn't get translated as well. But overall, I mean, I don't know how I would feel about the movie if I didn't watch the book, but I think I would have liked it. So yeah, and then also I think there's something I didn't mention, which probably is important for some people. The book and the movie deals with, like, talks about, so if that's a trigger for you, it's probably not a great movie or a book because it comes up a lot. So just as a warning, yeah, I think I will call it here today. I think tomorrow is the last day and I'm on track, so I feel good about that. Good morning! Today is November 10th. Today is the last day of this whole thing, so I'm so happy, and I think for my last book, I'm gonna go with Life of Pi. I don't know much about anything in this book other than that the guy was trapped in the boat with the lion. I don't know if that's like actually real or something he imagined, but I'm excited to get into it and yeah, and just overall end this challenge as a whole. So I'm gonna get to it and I'll check in back with you guys once I read a little bit of this book. Bye! Wanna come up, Einstein? Yeah, Bubba. Hi, so I just finished reading the part 1 of the book and I'm finally on part 2. In part 1, they kind of go into his like backstory about like like animals. His father's a zookeeper, and like so he learns about like how tigers are like dangerous, and then we talk about him swimming, and then like religion. He's like exploring, he like just identifies with a lot. Even in page 69 it just says but he can't be a Hindu, a Christian, and a Muslim. That's impossible. He must choose. But he just identifies with all of them, and it gives, I think all of it will come up in like why it's important will come up in later of the book. It's like providing context, but I do feel like I could have, like I feel like the context could have been maybe a little bit shorter. Part 1 for me is not super interesting, because the whole time I'm just like, when are we stranded in the island? I mean, in the ocean with the tiger. And that's not to say anything bad about the book. I think at this point, on like the last day, my brain is just so fried and I need like instant gratification. So I'm just like, for me, like 90 something pages of context was a little bit too long, but I'm excited to read the later parts. I don't know why I'm so excited for this man to be stranded in the ocean with a tiger, but I'm just like, yes, it's finally here. He just got on he's gonna take the journey from India to Canada on a boat with some animals. So I think it's finally here. I'll check back in a little bit. Okay, I'm in page 168, and so far it's really good. I feel like I finally got to the part where I was waiting for, and it's super interesting. You would think, well, I guess it is interesting. A man stuck in the ocean with like a hyena, a monkey, and a tiger. So he's just thinking about how to survive this, and the tiger is surprisingly like making him want to live. So it's really good. Can't wait to finish the rest of it. Okay, I'm on page 187, and then when he said how many days he survived, I was like, what? I gotta look this up. Cause I thought this was based on a real story. So I looked it up. This isn't a real story, so I know I said that in the beginning, but the book in the beginning, it really makes you think it is, but no, it's not a real story. This is a novel, so I just wanted to clarify that. I just finished Life of Pi, and oh my god, it's a book with one of the craziest plot twists I have read in my entire life. The entire like book 3, my jaw was dropped open. This was crazy. This was wow, what a book. I was not like so sure about the book in the beginning, but the ending really made the book so good. I think I normally would never reread a book, but I think this is one of the books I would reread just with like a different perspective. This was crazy. That was one of the world's biggest plot twists I have ever read in my life. I'm gonna watch the movie now. I am actually really excited to see the movie now. Because I'm just like I said, I have a different, I think now that I know everything, I'll have like a different perspective on it. So like I'll just watch, I'll see everything differently. So wow. I understand why this book is considered like a modern classic. This was the ending really makes this book. Anyway, I'll catch up after I finish watching the movie, and I'll probably do like a ranking of all of the books I have read this week. And I am finished. Well, I'm not like done with watching the movie yet, but I am done. I don't have any more books to read. I'll probably take it easy for like the next couple of days. But yay! I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Okay, I just finished watching Life of Pi. I think that was my favorite movie of all of it. I feel like they cut out all of the unnecessary parts of the book. Yeah, that was a very eventful week for me, and I thought I would give you guys my final ranking of the 7 books that I read and saw. So far as the books, my favorite book was The Man Called Ove, and then second would be The Martian. Third would be Practical Magic. Fourth, it would be Ready Player One. The fifth one, Life of Pi. I honestly wasn't sure where to place this because the ending was just so good. I might change my mind later on, but Life of Pi 5th, and then I put Red Royal Blue 6th, and then my last one would be Water for Elephants. And then as far as like the movie ranking, I would put Life of Pi 1st. And then I would put The Martian the 2nd, Practical Magic the next one, Red, White, and Royal Blue next, and then Ready Player One, Man Called Ove, and then Water for Elephants last. Anyway, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.